get me some information.
This is just like your father. I got us now.
Tariq, my dude. You f***ing up in these streets, little bro. What it is, what it do, you guys, it's Caped Informer back once again, this time hitting you with a little voiceover since my main studio setup is a bit compromised right now. However, the show must go on. Am I right or am I right? Anyways, this will be the episode 5 recap of Power Book Part 2 Ghost, which also happens to be the mid-season finale. I will, however, be holding you guys down with a number of other reviews and recaps for many other shows, and probably some theory and prediction videos for this show until it returns. So definitely tap on the subscribe button to not miss out on any of that, especially if you're one of my many people from the Facebook group. What's poppin', you guys? Okay, so per usual, so much material to get through, so I'll definitely just hit on some of the biggest WTF scenes that need our immediate attention, starting with the opening dream sequence where we see none other than Raina again. How surreal was this? During Tariq's birthday party, we see Tasha open the door to see her dead daughter from the original series, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, your boy got kind of choked up. I personally still don't think she got the justice she deserved on the show, and her whole situation just somehow mirrors the current climate with the Breonna Taylor situation, and it was just a whole emotional mess. However, this does open the door for us seeing other characters from the original show returning, even if it's in a flashback scene or a dream sequence. I'm all for it. Anyways, back in the real world, we see Kane rendezvous with Tariq to pick him up to see Monet, which at first came to appear as just a simple business meeting, but turned out to be a massive battle of wits between the two that played out throughout the whole episode. We first see this when Tariq sizes up Kane when he alludes to Monet having sex with Ramirez for protection and cooperation. Kane, of course, doesn't pick up on this and is left out in the dark as to why Ramirez keeps showing up at their house. Monet completely shuts him down, both Kane and Ramirez, and asks Tariq if he knows who the kid is that Drew had on his sketching book. Tariq plays dumb and keeps things strictly business and professional between him and Monet, which begins to earn him her respect. And may I add, this whole interaction with him and her was such a ghost move. Moving along, things get complicated with Tasha's case when Tamika is called to take the stand, which results in being bad news for both Sax and Tariq, as Tamika now knows Sax was at Truth the night Ghost was killed and that someone saw him there. No one knows Tariq was there, however, it would just take a couple of dots to connect for them to place him at the scene of the crime, or worse, as the murderer, which he is. Sax, of course, tries to dissuade Tamika before he alerts Tariq. Tariq then tells Tasha, who tells McLean to take Tamika off the stand, which she is of course against, as this one move could absolve her of all her charges and win him, or I mean Tasha, her case. Tariq even goes to confront Tamika at her house to convince her not to take the stand, which now has her and McLean completely baffled, as looking from the outside in, this is like the best thing that could happen for him and his mother. All of their efforts really just end up getting McLean's gears turning, which leads him to confront Sax at the end of the episode. But before we get there, so much more stuff goes down with Brayden and his new boo thing, aka the pink-haired Fed. Now, under a bit more pressure from Uncle Sax, Riley gets a bit more desperate to try and figure out more info on Tariq, as up until just this episode, the kid was moving like a ninja, or dare I say, a ghost. Okay, moving on. Brayden has become increasingly upset about her poking her nose in Tariq's business, and while a lot of it seems like insecurities of his girl potentially thoughting it up with someone else, even he has to be a bit suspicious of her intentions now. Her desperate attempt to get answers ends with her spiking a drink that was meant for Brayden, but was given to Tariq instead. So this was just a horrible night for my bro Tariq overall. Instead of clapping Lauren's cheeks like he was supposed to be doing, he knocks out in Brayden's brother's room. Riley sneaks in and shares his phone's location with hers, and he even gets his gun stolen by Diana, which honestly didn't make much sense to me as to why she'd do that. Anyway, things get worse and weirder. When the barely conscious Tariq goes back to his dorm, puts on a black suit and tie, and brings himself to Raina and his dad's grave to quite literally face his demons. So he apparently wanted to face his demons out loud that night, and creepy man Sax records his monologue from just a couple feet away with his phone. He basically confesses to shooting Ghost and that it was all his fault in so many words. Tariq, man, you slipping, big homie. and I was giving him so much credit at the beginning of the show. Anyways, we all have slip-ups, but this one just may cost my boy his whole freedom, as when Saxe ends up showing McLean the video he took of Tariq, they end up making a deal that will most likely result with Tariq in prison, or even the needle, as it will serve both of their interests. It does suck to see McLean seemingly switching sides, but at the end of the day, he was never really Team Tariq. He's Team Tasha, or Team whoever is gonna line his pockets. So on the legal front, things are looking bad for your boy. However, it appears he's finally managed to win Monet over, as he's passed her final test of tempting him with Diana. Bro, Monet is one of the coldest characters we've seen in this series so far. She set up her sons as hitmen and spies, and now we see her pimping out her own daughter for answers. Tariq, even in his debilitating state, knew what Monet was up to, and since he was able to show her that his loyalty was to the business and only the business, she finally accepts him into the family and even made Kane give up his gun to him, which, as you can imagine, he was not happy about at all. The whole rivalry between him and Tariq is more than evident now. Monet has made it clear to him that he's no more than the muscle in the family, and that Tariq, an outsider, is already way more valuable than him. I'm confident in Tariq's ability to outsmart Kane, but I feel like they could work better together than they can as enemies. Tariq is no killer, so it would behoove him to have some in his circle that he can trust. Anyways, this mid-season finale definitely put a nice little bow on everything, and I can't wait for it all to unravel when the series returns. But that will have to do it for this breakdown. Leave me in the comments below your biggest WTF scenes. Don't forget to like, share this video, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next one. Peace!